So I'm just about to head off on a walk along the cliff. It's quite warm, but I'm not doing a Michael Mosley. I've got a phone and I've got some water. So let's go. I've got quite a knack for getting some really nice views. I'm not even on the top yet. Well, the first plan was to follow the beach round. I decided to go to the top there because I want to get right to the point, and it looks like I can't get past that little headland there without swimming. And with my camera, I don't really want to do that. So I'm going to go that way at the top there. So it's another Cape Aspro, which was one of the places I went to in Corfu, which was very similar. But in Cyprus, you see these things quite often. It's a little bench and a pergola just to have a view over, and the view is pretty nice. It's a little bit hairy. It goes very close to the cliff. You just got to keep your eyes open. I keep my eyes open for snakes as well. It's quite warm today. It's 29 degrees. It was 30 yesterday. So it's very, very nice. And there's a nice breeze as well, which is good. And I think there'll be more of a breeze by the time I get to the headland. I'm going to stop here and go back because I've only got flip-flops on. I don't think it's the best thing to be wearing. I'll come back tomorrow, maybe later today, with real shoes, because it's not the best place to be walking with flip-flops. It's a bit stupid, really. So I'll go back, and it looks and is absolutely beautiful. It's so warm. It's lovely. It's about 25, 26 degrees, the water, and outside it's about 30 degrees. Excuse me. So I'll be coming back later with real shoes on, because it's just stupid walking with flip-flops. Don't know why I even thought about it. But the original idea was to go along the beach, and that was why. So there you go. So I'm just chasing the sunset from Pissouri Bay. I've come up over this pretty dodgy cliff path over the from Pissouri Bay, because the sunset's behind the headland. So I'm going along this cliff path right to the other end, and then I need to get back before it gets dark. Could be dodgy. So these are nice stone piles. I hope they're not for everybody that has died on this path looking for the sunset. It's a nice view anyway. That's what I'm heading for up there, where that girl is. She passed me earlier while I let her go by. You have to be pretty fit to do this, because it's pretty steep, because we've come from the top and we're now virtually at sea level. So we just come up, down from up there, which means got to climb it back again. Hopefully it won't get dark too quick. Lee, I think I'm going to have to try this another day because it's nearly 5:30 and sunset's at just 5:30. I don't fancy going back along there in the dark in any part of it. So I'm going to have to turn back and then maybe try and do it one morning. Definitely a thing to do. But I don't fancy going back there, all the way up there, and then right alongside the close path in the dark. So I'm going to give it in for today. That's enough. On the way back is an orchard of pomegranates. You can see just in there, there's the seeds of the pomegranate. There's loads of them. They look absolutely delicious, actually. I better not take them because they obviously belong to somebody. There you go, pomegranate. A visit now, the old shipwreck. Now this is the shipwreck of the Agora 3, which was built in 1966 in Norway, and it was shipwrecked here in 2011. But I'll check that as we get closer. It was going from Limassol to Rhodes, and it had a cargo of plasterboard on it, and it ran aground here in 2011, I guess during the storm, and it stayed here. Obviously the graffiti's newish. And in this area they grow loads and loads of bananas. Love to try them. I love local bananas. So we've ended up in Paphos at some unexplained archaeological site. Just followed this bridge type thing and we ended up here. So there's archaeological stuff up here. We'll have a look, see if there's anything that explains it. So we're not sure what it is, but here is what they call a pebble mosaic. And it shows two dolphins, honestly, holding a trident. So whatever this archaeological site is, it's very old, but there's nothing to talk about it. I guess you can go down there, but today, nah. Underground cave system, all built out. It's not just hewn out of the rock, but you don't know what the hell it is. Nothing here. We don't know, but it's old. In the list of unlisted stuff, this is, I think, at the bottom of where we were just a minute ago. It's like a cave. Maybe part of the catacombs. No say. So this is the church of Agora Restaurant. It's actually a monastery, and it's one of the 79 monasteries on the island. Can find nothing about this, but I know it's built in 1649 and it stands on the site of a prehistoric settlement, which I guess is what we saw earlier. And it was founded by two brothers, Saints Cosmas and Damianos, and they looked after the sick and the dying. So there you go. Very good. And just to say that Agios Angeiro means, in Greek, without payment, because the two saints who found this, who looked after the poor, refused to be paid for doing so. Can't go in today because it's closed. This is the port in Paphos. We're going to go to a walk up to the lighthouse, which is up that way somewhere. And then we're going for this mega meat meze, which I think you need to have quite a hunger to go there. So I'm trying to work up a bit of a hunger. So that is Paphos Castle, and just to the left is Paphos Port and the city of Paphos. And this is the castle from another angle. And the port as well. We're on the Greek side of Cyprus, and here is a mosque, just to a place where we're going to a restaurant to have a meat meze. Strange as a mosque on this side, but anyway. So this is a restaurant called Agora, which has a speciality of a meat meze. A nice view of the Paphos and the sea. We'll see how it goes. And this is just the dips, it's not even the starter.
There's a tomato and feta salad. There's chickpeas with tahini. There's beetroot and something, and spicy cheese with something, and spicy cheese with peanuts, I think, and pita breads. Wish me luck. So this is halloumi, Cyprus sausages, and pork. Spicy cheese in a pepper. So here is chicken, barbecued pork, and I think it said pork souvlaki, and some bits on my plate as well. And then we have potatoes. Oh my god. And it's still not finished. So we've already started dessert. This is a mango cheesecake, and this is a pistachio and caramel cake. And very nice it is too. This is the centre of Nicosia. I'm going to discover more of Nicosia now. Now going from the Greek side to the Turkish side in Nicosia. Now I'm technically in Turkey, but I'm still on Cyprus. Turkish delight.
Can you see the big towers? I think it's close somewhere.
Another mosque, which is, it was an old church, like the other one we saw, the big one. It was a cathedral and now it's a mosque, and this was a church and it's now a mosque. At the end of every street is a mosque, and that's a big one. Still fans of Princess Diana and the Queen, and also the King.
mega chilies. Fresh olives. And unfortunately, this big mosque, which was a cathedral, is under construction or renovation or whatever. It's a bit like Sagrada Familia. Mixed fruit, lemon, rose, mint, strawberry, orange, cherry. But mastic, I don't really get that one. Just shows you shouldn't go by appearances. This is a little shack just outside Latchi on the way to Polis, and we've just had the most amazing gyros wrap with halloumi and pork, salad and everything, with free oranges and pomegranates. And it's absolutely fabulous for €6, and it was really good. Really recommend coming to a little place like this. This one's called Caravani, between Latchi and Polis. It's good stuff, huh? This is the little port of Pomos, which is, I think, just over there is the Turkish Cyprus. It's right on the border anyway. Just a little tiny port. We're going to have a coffee in this bar over here. This normally is Saint Neophyte in the middle of a forest. It's not really in the middle of a forest because up there, can't see it from here, just behind there is the monastery, but we can't see it. The monastery of Saint Neophyte. There's some fabulous mosaics and frescoes in the caves. one of the vaults of the monastery. I don't know what it's for, but I'm here anyway. Whatever it is, it's written here. I've got absolutely no idea what it says. Could be supercalifragilisticexpialidocious in Greek. Top there, you can see some hermit cells where some monks live all their life alone and not speaking. That's up there. How amazing is that? And this is the view from Pissouri village, which isn't Pissouri Bay. Pissouri Bay is down the bottom. This is right on the top. Today we've moved on from the very nice Pissouri Bay to Paphos, which is a lot more developed and frankly pretty mosh. It's very commercialized, it's very tacky. I'm not really keen, but there you go, Paphos. So legend has it that there are millions of cats in Cyprus, and legend had it that cats were brought here to kill off the snakes. But this one's obviously going to go on holiday somewhere because he's brought his bag with him. What do you think? How many snakes he killed today? None. I don't kill snakes. Okay. This is the Greek god of the sea, Poseidon. It's Monday morning, just before 10, and you're supposed to see turtles and stuff like this, but I still remain to be convinced it's not like a Club 1830 type thing, but we'll see.
Their visitors. Some of the Greek Cypriots who had fled from Varosha have been allowed to view the town.
So all the hotels you can see in the distance, it's totally uninhabited. It's Famagusta. So that is Famagusta in the distance, which is a ghost town. It's all those buildings, nobody lives there. We can't get any closer because the Turkish side is still disputed. It's called Three Churches Square, and that's two of them. I'm just going to go to the third one, which is probably the oldest one. So this is a really old church, but I'm afraid I can only say that because in fact all of the explanations were written in Greek, and my Greek is not got any better since the last time. This church looks like it's dedicated to the Archangel Michael. Second thoughts, it could be St George, as there are a lot of St George's churches, Georgios in Greece, in Cyprus, in Corfu. So that's what I think it's dedicated. I think it's St George's Church. The square is the third and probably the oldest one. There's very little information. I think it's called St Anna's Church. And these are the three guys who are in charge of it. Yes, this is a picture of Judas kissing Jesus. These are dates. In fact, you see oranges, lemons, things that look like pomelos or big grapefruits, satsumas, pomegranates, olives, loads and loads of stuff here. Even I could grow stuff in Cyprus, I think. I'm just going to walk along here to this little tiny church, which I think we saw yesterday from the sea. So this little church, perched on the cliffside, would have been used by the fisher folk, I guess, in times of old, before it became horribly commercialised here. And it's right on the edge of the cliff. We're going to have a look inside if we can. But what a setting. This is inside the little church, and as you can see, it is very small. There's lots of icons like in all Greek churches, and there is St George again, all over the place. I mean, it's not all over the place, but it's all over the place. And it looks like there's 9 people that could come here. But look at that view from the window. How cool is that? It's just such a beautiful view. So you've done your worshipping, you come out, feed the cats maybe, give them a stroke or something, and then you've got this fabulous view. God, it makes anybody believe, wouldn't it? Legend has it that holy kebabs were served from this church. No, I'm joking, and it's not probably a good joke, but there you go. Well, you can see it, there's a little lizard, these running lizards, having a little bit of a sunbathe. I mean, there's worse places to sunbathe, isn't there? Looks like he's listening to me as well. There's lots of these pleasure cruise things. It's not so bad because it's October, but in summer it'd be totally mad. And I think over there, where those boats are moored, is where we saw the turtles yesterday, the sea turtles. He really wants to be in this film, this lizard. I was going to say this dog, it's actually a lizard. You can tell. He really is photogenic. Right along the cliff there, don't know why, there's a cross which says in loving memory of Ryan. Don't know, there's nothing about it, but it's like a lot of places here, you don't see anything in history, etc., or it's written in Greek, which is fair enough because we are in a country that speaks Greek, but it would be good to have it in other languages just to know what we're looking at. So when you're on this side, it's absolutely gorgeous, but when you look at the other side, okay, it looks a little bit developed there, but just the other side of that peninsula, that little spit of land, it is full of hotels and fun fairs and God knows what else. It's really not very nice. In fact, I much prefer where we came from, which was Pissouri, which was a little fishing village, and you have these fuckwits as well. There's turtles around here, by the way. I'd ban it if I was king of Cyprus. Bloody jet skis. It's really wild here, and there's beautiful walks along here. It'd be great on a bike as well, a mountain bike, or you know, a bike, whichever bike. It would be great because the roads are really smooth, really nice, and you go for this lovely territory. This is the reality of modern Cyprus, is that you have these old buildings like this church. This is Agora Church, Thekla Church, and just behind it you've got these developments, and a lot of these developments look like they've been sort of abandoned. If you can see it without the developments, it looks quite nice. Go and have a look inside if it's open. Blue that they use in Greece and Cyprus and Corfu and in Santorini. Lovely, lovely blue. So, Agora Thekla. Let's go and have a look. Once again, a very small seaside, I would guess, for fisher people. Church. the sea. Beautiful, beautiful place. In terms of architecture, the churches are very, very simple. There's a lot of paintings, but the thing that is the most amazing is where they are. Look where this is, right alongside the beautiful, beautiful Mediterranean Sea. After you've been to church, you can go and have a swim in the sea. And this, I don't know what it's for, I guess it's for giving offerings or something. It's an exact replica of the church. And then you have here a sign which, in my very limited Greek, I can see that it says Agora Restaurant. I'm going to have a quick look in here. Let's have a look. Come with me. Oh wow. We are in an underground church. This has been carved out of the rock, but once again we don't know how old it is. There's like an altar. I don't know what's up here. Probably see more. I can see nothing. Mind you, I've got sunglasses on. And they're burning incense in that bowl. Amazing. Must be really, really old. It's a little bit smoky actually. There's some light there. I wonder if it's still used. Some icons. And a dustbin. An ancient Greek dustbin. This is just the other side of the church. If I pan round, see the beautiful clear sea. Little sea caves, and then okay, you've got the new stuff, and then back to Agora Restaurant Church. Here are two customers for the Make a Cat's Day. And here is a machine to make a cat's day. How would you make a cat's day? I don't know. All I can say is to give it some water and some croquettes. Excellent. So what do I have to say about Cyprus? Cyprus is an absolutely beautiful, beautiful place. It's a lovely island. But the people are really nice. But there's one problem, is that they just throw rubbish everywhere. And wherever you go, there's plastic and whatever. And this morning we had somebody came to the flat to clean it, and we said don't bother because we're leaving tomorrow. And we asked them if we could put our plastic bottles somewhere, like for recycling. And they looked at us a bit as if we were a bit mad. And then I saw them take them across the road and just dump them in a bin across the road from us, which we could have done as well, but we thought it would be better to recycle. But anyway, a fabulous place. The food is superb, generally barbecued meats and stuff like this, which is absolutely fabulous. Lots of salads and dips and stuff. The portions here are massive, so you know, you be careful when you go to a restaurant. Don't even bother having starters because you've got loads, you'll never finish it. And it's always like that, whether it's fish, meat or whatever. I think it's a fabulous place. I mean, we are today the 15th October, and it's 28 degrees. It's absolutely fabulous.